It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC North. It's the Lions and the Pack, next on EA Sports.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL. As you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay. And this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. Welcome again, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and yes, the rain is falling now, and it is supposed to continue to fall throughout this game. So how do you think that will impact this contest?
Well, first and foremost, both quarterbacks are going to make sure the officials have those dry footballs coming in each and every play and standing over them sometimes with a towel before the center gets up there to snap it. Second thing is the focus of all the guys who handle the football. Do they wear gloves? Do they take them off? Will they carry the ball high and tight to make sure they have good ball security? That's paramount in a game like this.
Two teams that have met at least twice a year since 1932. The Lions and Packers underway from Lambeau. On the return, Isabella. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
There have been very few quarterbacks in the NFL who have been as consistent throughout their career as Aaron Rodgers. He's been good for so long, and we've seen no decline in his skills. His accuracy and arm strength continue to elevate the talent around him, and his in-game mistakes, few and far between.
Hey, come on, New Mike 52, Mike 52.
Rodgers now on first down. That ball complete to Isabella. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And the ball on the 30, here's 2nd and 4. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. To throw, it's Rodgers. Able to find Isabella. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn: find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Rodgers now on first down. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Second and a yard at their 49-yard line.
All day, every day, any day.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, he's going to float this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
What happened?
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
On 1st down, Rodgers. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. Takes this to the 45. Not much space there after the nice move. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Rodgers going to throw. Got a man, that's Lazard. Touchdown, Packers. Alan Lazard, 45 yards. And the Packers have taken the early lead. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards and just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And if you're wondering how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats clocked him at close to 21 miles an hour. The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. Here comes Khalif Raymond from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl and came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
First carry for DeAndre Swift. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Taken from just outside the 30. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And coming up on their 2nd drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize early momentum.
Feels to me like they had a really excellent week of practice, that it all came together, but I'll bet you it got galvanized in the locker room in pregame. Somehow I think the head coach, his oratorical skills were on point.
On play action, now Rodgers. Over the middle, complete. That's Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll run on 1st down. It's Jones. Room here to run. Touchdown, Packers.
Come on, let's
46 yards for Aaron Jones. And the Packers have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. The CD, there are touchdown runs, and then there are touchdown runs, and that one certainly fell into the latter category, and that deserves a couple exclamation points.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is going to have a Lions first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Goff. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Goff throwing complete for Swift. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Meanwhile, Goff's throw taken in by Hockenson here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Play action. It's Goff. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They run out of the gun with Swift. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
That'll give them 8 that time, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2. 54-yard line.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. And when the smaller guy can't power it across the goal line, Charles, sometimes you need to go with a fullback. They did. It worked.
What's that thing about force and mass? How's that?
Oh, yeah. Force equals mass times acceleration.
Oh, that's big-time stuff. That's from the same guy the apple dropped on his head, right?
Tucker McCann now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on third down, Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. Second down, another shot for Jones. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And this is going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
Riley Dixon now to punt it away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return, and the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Throwing again on second down. Goff. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now following the sack, Goff and the Lions needing to come up with something here on third and long. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded at the 33. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. So good field position for the Packers as they come up first and 10 at their own 43. Throwing is Rodgers. That's Isabella open on the right side. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. To throw is Rodgers. That's complete, right side to Lazard. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 12-yard line. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First, though, a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first 2 quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Packers,
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the 2nd half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. From the gun, here's Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick, but instead it's 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Goff. He'll get this off to Swift. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. A really nice catch, but bottom line, that should have gone for more yardage.
Give him a pass in the flat that allows him to get upfield. There was plenty of distance between him and all the defenders. Actually cost himself some yardage there. Yeah, they got the completion, but it could have been so much more.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. Pushing his way through. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 67 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. He'll get this to Lazard. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Now Rodgers. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They'll go with Jones. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. 3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. The give is to Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down. So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. A play fake for Swift. Now Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big play that time through the air. 35 yards. Now a play fake, and it's Goff. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later, they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt.
Oh, ball. That's our ball. That's our ball.
Off play action. Here's Goff. Over the middle, it's Fells. And quickly, they get to the line. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Looking for Hawkinson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hawkinson there to make the grab. And the Lions are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead is down to a field goal.
Lions 14. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, Isabella. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it'll make it second down. To throw, it's Rodgers. This one caught by Isabella. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On first down, Jones. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the fourth quarter. And touchdown, Packers! Alan Lazard, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Sly on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Raymond now on the return. And he returns this to the 22. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And this will wind up a Lions first down as he gets this up past the 30 to the 32. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He's got this one complete to Perriman.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe you can expect more passes like that downfield. He's airing it out for Williams. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there for Detroit. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Second and goal from inside the 5. Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders.
And in for the Lions, touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Lions have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Goff looking to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. On the return, Isabella. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. They'll try and run some clock now with Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 2nd and 10. Rodgers going to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. So here we go, Charles, 3rd down. Any chance you're throwing?
I don't think so. I think you got to keep the clock rolling here.
Rodgers will take a knee here, and that should be all she wrote.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.